I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out basically announcing that this had happened. And at first, we didn't really know what that meant. I was on the set, I was anchoring, as I said, and so I immediately sent a note to our assignment editor and said, check into this, let's see what this is. And finished anchoring the rest of that segment of the newscast. During the commercial break, came out, checked in, we'd gotten a little more information. We'd confirmed that yes, this came from the governor's office and it is a do not use order, which is different than a boil water advisory, which is, I think, what a lot of people maybe wondered at first. Is this just a boil water advisory? We get those all the time. And it quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious. So as soon as we got through the next segment, I was with Spencer Adkins, our chief meteorologist, on the air, and he had wrapped up his forecast, and I said, Spencer, we need to let people know we've just received this information from the governor's office. It's a do not use the water order for a number of counties in our viewing area.
I don't think anyone had any clue what was going on. We just knew that there was a leak at Freedom, and that residents weren't supposed to use water at all. Of course, having reported this and living in Charleston, we were just as affected as anyone else. So the first 3 days after the spill, people were coming to work unshowered, basically cleaning up as best you could with like baby wipes or some sort of whatever towels you had laying around that you could clean yourself with. Bottled water, bar soap, and a washcloth was about the best you could do.
Water is a prevalent feature in the state of West Virginia, and certainly some of its most remarkable places are its rivers. When we think about places like the New River or the Gauley River or the Cranberry River. And then when we couple that with some of the major river systems like the Monongahela River and the Kanawha River, places where historic conduits of coal and steel and major economic drivers in terms of industry development along the canal. So rivers are a huge, huge component of the West Virginia landscape.
I'm not sure that monitoring the streams themselves is going to affect or prevent the failure of the water infrastructure in West Virginia. A year or more on from the chemical leak itself, I don't worry about MCHM. I don't worry about other contaminant in these streams themselves. What I worry about genuinely, and one of the reasons that we are very hesitant to drink or cook with the water, is that we had a very powerful washing agent in 100-year-old pipes for days at a time. And what kind of contaminant did it knock loose? We know for a fact, and the lawsuit has been settled, that Monsanto polluted nitro with dioxin. Is it not unreasonable to think that that contaminant could have come into Charleston and leached into the water pipes, been sealed away by calcium deposits over the last 50 years or more, that may have been stirred up as this cleaning agent sat in the pipes for days, breaking up the calcium deposits that are naturally occurring in the water pipes?
Water sensor technology there's good technology for measuring things in the water, but the way we network that information together and then spread that or communicate that to people that they can use it then is pretty limited. We don't really do that. And it's surprising, again, going back to how valuable water is to us, it's surprising that our networked sensor capabilities are as limited as they are. And it is a huge, huge priority for water science as a whole to begin to make inroads into that. And again, this program in the College of Media, I think, begins to raise that awareness that we don't know as much about our waterways as we probably should.